Hello, friends. Welcome to Faith Infusion, where you get your weekly dose of faith. I believe that it is well with you. God is faithful. God cannot do anything contrary to his nature. He's a good God. Okay. And the Lord has a word for you this week. And I believe for this season. And the Lord wants me to tell you that every unfavorable thing that you think you might be going through is a disguise to your new season. Yes, he want me to tell you that everything that seems like it's unfavorable right now, every season you're going through, every challenge you're going through right now, every battle you're going through right now, it may look like, it's something that is something's wrong with you. You may look like you did something wrong, but God want me to tell you that it is a disguised new season. And I want to share with you exactly from the book of Judges chapter 11. I know you heard about the man called Jephthah. The Bible tells us in the book of Judges chapter 11, it said, now from verse 1, Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty warrior, but he was the son of a harlot. There was a but in his life. He was a warrior, but he hadn't yet discovered that he had warriorship inside of him. The Bible said there was a but. He was the son of a harlot. He said Gilead was Jephthah's father. Okay, and verse 2, and Gilead's wife also bore him sons. And when his wife's sons grew up, they thrust Jephthah out and said to him, you shall not have an inheritance in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman. Verse 3, then Jephthah fled from his brothers and dwelt in the land of Tob. And worthless men gathered around Jephthah and went on raids with him. In verse 4, and after a time, the Bible said the Ammonites made war against Israel. In verse 5, it said, and when the Ammonites made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to bring Jephthah out of the land of Tob. In verse 6, and they said to Jephthah, come and be our leader, that we may fight with the Ammonites. In verse 7, and Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, did you not hate me and drive me out of my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you are in trouble? And the verse 8 says, he said, and the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, this is why we have turned to you now, that you may go with us and fight the Ammonites and be our head over all the citizens of Gilead. Okay, and verse 9, Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, if you bring me home again to fight against the Ammonites, and the Lord gives them over to me, understand that I will be your head. And verse 10, it said, the elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, the Lord is witness between us, if we do not do as you have said. Now, he went out as somebody who was an outcast, but he came back as someone who became the head. In other words, the rejected stone became the head of the corner. Okay, now look at it. The Bible told us he was a warrior, but he hadn't discovered that he was a warrior. Okay, if you look at the meaning of the word Jephthah means to open or to release. And then again, the Bible said he went to the land of Tob. The word Tob means good or goodness. Okay, so he had release, he had openness. God actually allowed him, when he cut him loose from the place of dysfunction, from the wrong environment, God cut him loose to go into the land of Tob. And the word Tob means, like I said, goodness. It means good. Okay, God has good plans for you. You may have been born in a place where nobody reckoned with you. May have actually come from a family that nobody actually respected. You may have actually gone through things that nobody even paid attention to. But that does not cut off what God has intended and what God has planned out for you. Okay, there is a leader inside of you. Like a song sung by actually Donald Lawrence, he said there is a king inside of you. There is a business inside of you. There is a ministry inside of you. God had to cut you loose. God had to release you. God had to make and stir up the boat so that job sometimes they allowed you to actually be cut off from that job, because if you don't leave that place, you will not be able to start your own. So God wants me to tell you today that it was not a loss that you left that particular job. They actually have to cut you loose. No, God actually made you be released so that you can go start up your own, because there is a business, not just a business, there are businesses out of you that you are captain of industry. God had to make them cut you off from, because they cannot handle what you carry. You carry great stuff inside of you. You are a leader in your own right. and that's why they had to cut you loose. Why? Because there is something inside of you that your generation need. Okay, why was Jephthah cut off? One, God enabled him to be cut off, sent away from where he was, from dysfunction, so that he will be able to discover himself. Just like you, until you are cut off from the dysfunctional place, from the place that want to stifle the potential that God has placed inside of you, you will remain complacent in the wrong place. And let me just say this: don't mistake your place of transition for your permanent home. Again, I want to say this: don't mistake your place of transition. Now, you just like you are traveling and you have to transit through a particular city. Okay, don't make that city your home, because that is not your destination. Okay, so God had to make them cut off Jephthah so that he doesn't make a place of dysfunction his home. So don't do the same thing. So God allowed you to be cut off from that place that is wrong for you, so that you can be able to discover. Two, God allowed you to be cut off from that place of dysfunction so that you can learn how to use your faith. Now, it's one thing for you to have faith, it's another thing for you to use faith. Now, until you use faith, faith cannot develop. Okay, so God allowed you to be cut off from that place so that you learn how to use your faith to actually get what He promised you. Three, God cut you off from that particular place so that you can grow, mature, and learn how to trust in Him. And finally, God allowed you to be cut off from that particular place so that you can enter from the place of potential into the place of manifestation. There is a lot that God has placed inside of you. Until you actually learn how to step away from the place of limitation and learn how to trust God for yourself and believe and trust Him, follow His leadership, then you will not be able to enter into the place that God has prepared for you. Okay, so it is not a loss that you will let go from that job. No, it's a new season. Okay, it's a new season. Whatever you are going through right now, God is using it to form you. God is using it to build your character. God is using it to actually make you a voice for your generation. Okay, there is a leader inside of you. There is a king inside of you. Okay, unleash it. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Until then, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye-bye.